Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin and I'm the author of the new book, Heal Yourself, A Return to Wholeness, The Integration of Body, Mind, Soul, and Spirit. Available now in paperback, Kindle, and Audible books. I'm also the author of Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love, available in all three formats. If you're new to my channel, welcome! Thank you for subscribing below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. I do one-on-one readings, Twin Flame Romance, Life Path, and Purpose. You can book that at my website, fundandwellness.com. Just a quick note on the upcoming Twin Flame Divine Feminine Bootcamp Class number 2. We have a webinar call on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. You can sign up below, and if you want to start the bootcamp today, right now, I will put the offer below where you can just sign up and start the bootcamp whenever you want, whenever you sign up. This is the weekly Twin Flame Tarot reading, messages for Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, and the couple. Today is Monday, August 10th, 2020, and the messages are for the whole week. Let's just see how the energies are going for this week. I'm feeling a little bit more of an optimistic energy for this week, so this is looking good. But let's go ahead and see what your guardian angels have to say. And of course, with any general reading, a general reading is just that. It's a general reading. So if it doesn't apply to your specific twin flame situation, just know that the best way to get a specific reading for your specific situation is to get a reading. But I know that some of the feedback that I get is just like, oh, this really doesn't apply to me, or maybe one piece of this applies to me, but it doesn't really apply to my twin flame. It's just because it's a general collective reading. That's the reason. So try not to take it too seriously if it doesn't apply to you, or if it's information that is like distressing you, and it's not meant to stress you out. Honestly, it's not meant to stress you out. It's just an energy update. That's all it is, honestly. And don't let it sway you or swing you in one way or another way. So if it makes you too elated, or if it makes you too disappointed, just try to take a middle of the ground approach, because of course, this applies to a general collective. And if something resonates with you, it's for you. If your intuition is telling you that this message or this card is for you, then listen to that intuition, honestly. So we're going to say a prayer over the cards. Dear God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, Mother Mary, Archangels, Angels of God, Twin Flame, Guardian Angels, Romance Angels, let this reading be the highest light and love of God the Father. Let it bring light, love, and truth to everyone involved. Archangel Michael, stand guard, casting away any lower energies with your sword of light. Twin Flame Angels, Romance Angels, we're going to start with Divine Feminine's Guardian Angels. What do Divine Feminines need to focus on for this week? And if you haven't yet seen it, I'm putting out a Twin Flame Divine Feminine reading once a week or once every 2 weeks, and I posted that on Friday. So if you haven't yet checked it out and you're interested in the Divine Feminine reading, it's just an angelic reading for like, what are you supposed to be doing? How do you live in your light? As a Divine Feminine, we are called to be light workers. So go ahead and check that reading out if you haven't yet checked it out. Maybe there is a message there for you. Okay, now we're going into Divine Masculine energy. Dear God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, Divine Masculine's Guardian Angels. What do Divine Masculines need to know? What is their energy for this week in this collective? This week we're working with the Angel Therapy cards. So let's just see what the Angel Therapy cards have to say for Divine Masculine for this week. This is for the Twin Flame couple. So energetically for the Twin Flame couple, angels, Romance Angels, Twin Flame Angels, what are they learning this week? What's going on? Let's go to the Angel Therapy for the Twin Flame couple. This is the collective energy between Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine for this week. And let's get the Romance energy. Starting August 10th, 2020, working this energy all week. Romance Angels, what is the energy for the Twin Flame couples in this collective? And then let's get a message of love, because this will either enhance or slightly change the meaning of our romance card for this week. So Romance Angels, please give us a message of love for the Twin Flame couples. Let's get some Divine Masculine messages to the Divine Feminine from the Hidden Truth Oracle. Let's just have a look. Let's have a see. What does Divine Masculine have to say to Divine Feminines this week? What are the messages, guys? Oh, and Tuesday night, I believe it's at 6:45 p.m. on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, August 11th. I am doing a live stream. Please put that on your calendar and join my live stream. I'll be pulling cards for some viewers. That's always a fun thing to do. I wanted to do it for the 14,000 subscriber count, and we are almost there. And so I had to weigh it out. Like, do I wait to do the live stream, or do I do the live stream when I'm almost to 14,000 subscribers? So I made the decision that I was going to do it when we are almost to 14,000 subscribers. I really didn't want to delay the live stream, so that's why I'm doing it. Oh my goodness, you guys, this is really crazy. I'm going to show you what Divine Feminine's got for this week. This is nuts, you guys. 2 different decks. Remember this, 2 different decks. One is a tarot deck, which is the Angel Tarot deck, and the other one is this one, and it's called Angel Therapy deck. 2 diverse different decks. This is an oracle deck. The first one is a tarot deck. Just keep that in mind. 2 completely different decks. Look what I got. You're gonna laugh so hard. Release, 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 release. What do you have to release this week, Divine Feminines? What do you need to release? What kind of energy do you need to release? What kind of things do you need to release? What kind of people do you need to release? What kind of baggage, emotional baggage do you need to release? This is pretty hardcore. This is hardcore for this week, Divine Feminines. I believe in the Divine Feminine reading for Friday, we got a similar message. It was something about Feng Shui, or just view the video, but wow, this is crazy. This is the spirit of transformation, Divine Feminines. This means that you are holding on to something you don't need to hold on to anymore. Wow, energetically, I would say it's pretty important. It's pretty important that you just release energetically that which you no longer need. There is a spiritual transformation that is happening as a result of whatever you are releasing. It could just be a toxic attitude. It could be literal things, physical objects that you're holding on to. Maybe you're holding on to like letters from past boyfriends, or you're holding on to mementos from past boyfriends or girlfriends. Maybe you're holding on to just objects that no longer serve you or don't even make you happy anymore. Maybe it's that one friendship that has been continually toxic and you just need to let it go. Interesting, interesting. So release this week, release. And it could be limiting beliefs. That's another thing that the angels just brought to me. Limiting beliefs, your own limiting beliefs. What's in your head? That stuff too. Divine Masculines, we've got them awakening to understanding the past lives that you guys have had together. This is the understanding of this soul connection runs much, much deeper. They're becoming more keen, spiritually keen, spiritually aware that there's something more to just physical relationships in general. And many of them have begun to dig deeper into the meaning of spiritual relationships because they have been spooked for a while, and they know, they don't know, they know, they don't know, they understand, they don't understand, but there is a familiarity in the sense of recognition that there are too many synchronicities, there are too many coincidences, there are too many soul connection pieces that to them have not made logical sense. It's never made logical sense, but they're open more to this must be something else. Like I've racked my brains trying to figure out how I can fit this into my logical mind, and I just can't. There's no way I can fit it into my logical mind, so it must be a past life thing. And many of them don't even believe in past lives. But it's come to the point where for them, it's become the only logical explanation. They're like, I know I knew this person before. My Divine Feminine, I know I knew her before. I know, and I can't think of when or how or when did I run into them. But this sense of familiarity in every dimension, in the 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, it's like the timing was perfect. everything doesn't match. Like if it's just a physical connection, it just doesn't match. And I know I've been with this person before. And so they're really starting to embrace these more esoteric concepts that they never addressed before, never in a billion years. It just seemed so foreign to them. It seemed too new agey to them. It seemed maybe anti-religious to them. Like if they were in a religious upbringing, it didn't seem just to like fit into any of the categories that were already in their lives or in their minds. And now they've come to the conclusion that it must be a past life thing because nothing else makes sense to me now. They are on this light path mission and like the growth. So we've got the Knight of Air, which is about speed and clarity. And when I see the light path mission that they're on, what I see is that they are advancing on the light path a lot faster than what you even went through, Divine Feminines. So Divine Feminines have had a progression of awakening to the light, awakening to light work, awakening to their spiritual path. And for the Divine Masculines in this collective that I'm reading for, it's not everybody, but the general collective that I read for, that if this resonates with you, they're on a fast track light path, which means that everything that you've awakened to, Divine Feminines, they're awakening to it, but like 4 times as fast as you or 10 times as fast as you. In all honesty, like I said, it can be scary. It's that scare factor of, I don't even know what's happening. I don't even know what's happening. Because when you're seeing things like past lives, when you're seeing things like seeing into the future, or your psychic abilities are so heightened, or you hear the voice of God, like if that was not your world before, man, oh man, it can feel like you're going bonkers, like crazy nutso. And that's what some Divine Masculines are experiencing because of this lightning speed on the path of light, as well as like seeing into past lives, and it all aligning and making sense to them of the why, because many of them have been asking, why me, why now, why this, why is this happening? They've been asking some of the same questions as the Divine Feminines of like, why can't I let this connection go? This doesn't make sense. I haven't seen my Divine Feminine in 5 months, 4 months, 3 months, a year, 2 years. Like, I don't know why I can't let this connection go. Again, I get this sense that the Divine Masculines have been trying as hard as they can to fit it into the logical places in their mind where they can fit this connection into a box, where they can close the box, where it just makes sense and they can go, okay, well, that was that. But it's impossible. They can't do it. And so they've come to the space of aligning with more esoteric knowledge. It is what it is. They're going to come forward with it. They're going to come forward and give you the aha moment of like, oh yeah, I totally get this now. And I thought this connection was strong. I thought there was a physical connection. I thought there was a sexual connection. I know we're friends, or we've had this friendship. I get all those pieces. That I totally get. But what I really didn't get was that we have this connection that doesn't seem to go away. And it was that piece that I was really struggling with, Divine Feminines. And now I'm getting it. I'm getting it a lot more. Let's go into the couple energy. And the couple energy is renewal in the heart chakra. And I'm holding these up together because it makes so much more sense to hold these up together. Renewal, I love this. This is a judgment card in traditional tarot. And then we've got this heart chakra here. What I see is that this is the favorable evaluation of the facts for the feminine and the masculine. It's a favorable assessment of the connection of what has been going on since day one. It's a favorable assessment of the worthiness of this connection to be put on a path to move forward, because before it was like, I don't know if it's worth it to carry this forward. It's burdensome, it's difficult, it's intense. It opens us up to new realms that can be a little daunting and scary because the rest of the world doesn't necessarily see it, but it's a favorable evaluation. It means that, yes, now is the time to move this forward, because now I view this as being valuable and favorable. And it's all honesty. It's all connected to the heart chakra, because when you're moving through life with your logical mind, when you're moving through life with your head, it's not your heart, it's your head, it's logic, it's the mind. And when you're moving through with your heart, you just have to have faith and trust. Like, you have to have faith and you have to trust in the process. And the couple is coming to the point, so masculines and feminines together are coming to the point at which it's like the leap of faith, the leap of faith of moving forward. I'm going to ask for the romance, and again, the romance cards have been, like I said, it's been weird. I'm going to ask for clarification for both romance cards. So dear angels, please help to clarify this message in the romance cards for this week, starting August 10th, 2020. Please help the collective to understand what this message is intending to mean. Wow. A lot of repetitive messages, you guys, this week. I don't know what the angels are trying to tell you about this. Let's pull through. Let's pull through with this, because again, doubles again, double doubles. Man, if I was in Vegas playing the lottery, I think I'd win. Okay, here we go. Children and children. This was the justification card that came through, and integrity. Okay. On this, children are an important part of this partnership. Children are an important part of this partnership. And then you got the integrity card. What I believe is that there are souls of children that need to come through this twin flame connection for many of you. For others, it's about embracing and accepting each other's children into the reunion of the twin flame connection. Thirdly, it's about being a role model for the children in a very loving partnership. As I wrote about in my book, and as I talk about in many of my videos, and of course in the boot camp too, is that advancing the agenda, God's agenda of unconditional love, is the twin flame collective showing by example unconditional love, showing by example unconditional love, showing love and romantic partnership at the highest of heights, and not just settling, not just a settled relationship where there is no passion, there's no understanding, there's no real respect in the relationship, there's no real give and take. And the children in both partnerships, so like on both sides, if both of you have children, or one side of you has children, or the children you bring through into this earth together, it's the integrity piece is like you guys are holding your integrity of your life mission together to show this generation's children how it's done, how relationships are transforming and changing completely. That it's not just about going out there and seeking karmic partners, the first partner that comes. It's not about just chasing the sexual relationship, but it's about the highest levels of integrity, of unconditional love, of unconditional respect, and coming at romantic relationships from a higher path and purpose. And that is the examples that you guys are setting for your children and for the children that do come through the twin flame relationship. Wow, a lot of guilt again. And as I mentioned, that the guilt from the divine masculine, the guilt is the one major obstacle that they need to overcome for reunion to be fruitful. And because if they're carrying the burden of guilt, if they're carrying the burden of shame, they're not empowered and they're not coming back to the divine feminine in the role of empowerment. That's the reason. Interestingly enough, it says, "It was my fault, but I blamed you, and I hope that you can forgive me one day." For a few weeks now in these collective readings, I've been getting the message that the twin flame divine masculine will come forth with an apology, will come forth with an "I'm sorry." And what you must realize is that the I'm sorry, the apology is not for you as a divine feminine, but it is for the divine masculine to release their guilt and shame. And when they come forth with an apology, when they come forth with I'm sorry, it is your job as a divine feminine to be gracious and open your heart chakra to them and not carry any of the past with you into that conversation, into that apology. You carry none of it. It's like clean slate. And that is your job, because the apology is not for you, it's for them. When that happens, keep your heart open, keep your mind open. Do not rehash old details at all. Don't bring up past grievances at all. Remember, they are a new person. They are on the fast track to being a light worker with awareness. They always were light workers, divine masculines were, as are divine feminines, but they have been awakened to becoming light workers with awareness. So there you go, beautiful reading for this week. A lot of emphasis from the angels with that repetition twice, insanity. And I hope you guys have a fabulous week. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for sharing this video with other twin flames. Thank you for pledging your support on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Michelle S. Fondin, and I'll see you in the next video.